What is up, Nick Colletti episode fans? Nick Colletti Show episode 4.
Crazy to believe.
Crazy to believe.
I wanted to hit you with this because I don't think you realized this. We uploaded, I believe it was over 50 YouTube videos or around 50 YouTube videos in 2022. Hey.
Fuck yeah.
Almost one a week.
Progress.
That's crazy. I mean, Friendship is Kind had how many episodes on the reboot? 44.
44, yeah.
It's crazy.
With risk comes progress.
Yeah, I want to dive into New Year's.
Let's do it.
It's a new year. New year, new what?
Happy 2023. New year, new me. I have an update.
What?
I relapsed.
On?
Weed.
And what happened?
My mom got really sad.
Really?
Yeah.
What did she say?
It was on Christmas Eve. And I
So crazy, by the way. I'm not downplaying weed or anyone who's like, I need to stop smoking. But I'm like, it's so crazy to hear weed and relapse in the same sentence.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
I made it. So I was like, 1st of December, I'm done smoking. I made it 7 days. I gave in on some stupid shit. Like I found a roach. I was down in Florida and my cousin, some dude was smoking and I found like a roach in like typical fucking crackhead stoner. Like I found a roach and I was like, score. So I smoked that and then that kind of like, then I stopped for a few days. Then I went to Michigan and I was super depressed because I was like trying to quit again. And my girlfriend was like, well, what if you just do it at night? Like, what if you just at 8 o'clock, that's your new thing? Which I am not the type of person who can be like, yeah, I'm going to have a beer or like, I'm going to have a puff. Like it's fucking, I'm either smoking like fucking whiz.
Yeah.
Or I'm not smoking at all. So
That's fully me too. When it comes to weed.
Yeah. So that lasted for a couple weeks, like the whole 8 o'clock thing. Then that just turned into just doing it all the time again.
Yeah.
Buying Delta 8 pens, throwing them in the woods.
How many are in the woods?
I think I bought like 4.
I think it would be really funny to go out with John's metal detector and try and find them.
All the pens.
Whoa. Nice.
There's probably 10 pens back there.
Yeah. One of these days when I'm down bad and like gonna try and quit, I'm gonna be like out there like you'll see me. Beep, 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 beep. Oh.
That was the fucking like, because I would wake up in the morning like, dude, I need to smoke. And I would remember that I threw them back there. So it would be like 7 a.m. me out there. Like, remember it was like 1 degree outside?
Yeah. Just
Just like looking around, finding it, and then like Gollum, like when he finds.
Yeah.
It's just bad. But I started again. I was like, I'm going to leave all that shit in 2022. So as of right now, I haven't smoked at all in 2023.
Nice.
Day 5. I haven't. I was smoking cigarettes too to kind of like just cope with
offset the no weed.
Yeah, just like the mental or the oral fixation. Tried to suck a couple dicks too. That didn't work.
That's funny.
Just kidding. But no, this time I'm really convicted and I'm sick of like going through this battle with weed and letting myself down and I don't know. My mom was really upset.
Really?
She was like, "Why are your eyes all red?" And I didn't think that she was going to care. I thought she was like, "Oh, Nick smoked again." Like, "Oh, we'll try it next time." But I think she really thought that I was like done with it.
Turning a new leaf.
So she took it really hard. And that was kind of what I needed. 'Cause I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough to like, I feel like it's easier to quit when there's like people who are like affected by what you're doing. I don't know if my weed consumption has been harming anybody. None of that has been vocalized to me. And I definitely like check on that because I'm super paranoid about that.
Yeah.
Like pulling, the missus aside. Yeah. I only say the missus. I'm not being sexist. I'm just protecting her identity. Just for anyone. I don't know if anyone cares, but
is it sexist to say the missus?
I don't want to say her name.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, don't go to my girlfriend's shit.
Yeah.
I live with her.
Right.
If we were talking, whatever, DM her. But I'm like, I live with, you don't need to do anything with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything about her.
Right.
But anyway.
Me too.
So occasionally I'll like, check in and be like, you're not like, I don't want you to think this isn't me wanting to be present in the situation with you.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that this is like prescriptive for me because I'm an asshole and it really helps my anger.
Yeah.
And helps me sleep. But anyway, I also like to get high.
Yeah.
So if that's cool with you, I would like to continue doing that.
I would like to continue smoking weed.
I have a New Year's themed ism that ties in perfectly with this.
All right.
You know how we always do the New Year's Eve resolutions?
Yeah.
And whatever. Well, you remember mine was like just have more intent behind my actions. Because remember, I was giving my whole English major spiel.
Yeah.
I was like, remember, this is a resolution, not a goal.
Right, right.
Don't say you want to be ripped. Say, I'm going to work out more.
Yeah.
That's a resolution.
Which, by the way, went over all of our family members'
No
heads.
one did that. No one listened to me.
No one I don't think anyone.
Everyone was like, shut up.
I even tried to back you up. I was like, no, guys, like, this is like a lifestyle change. This isn't like a.
This isn't like I want a GameCube.
Yeah.
It's like I want to make more money as a resolution. I don't know. I'm gonna hustle harder.
Duh.
But mine was have more intent behind my actions because I definitely smoke too much, but I don't have an issue with smoking. I have an issue with the way that I was deploying my smoking previously, like just waking up and smoking. Mm-hmm. Just obviously because it's good and I like it and it's great with a coffee, but it's like I don't need weed first thing in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
And I also shouldn't smoke at the first sign of me being irritated. That's a human interaction. However, I definitely catch myself like, okay, like I'm not smoking today. And then like I just fucking am snapping on people how I used to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not cool, dude. Damn. You know what I mean? Like what's the difference between this and me on a anger pill or something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's very me specific. If you're a great, nice person outside of it, which you are, it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
I can be a dick.
You can, but like you can be a dick. Like I am a fucking dick. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
I don't agree with that. I think you're great.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
But so what I'm really doing with weed is just smoke when you are feeling like you need it.
Yeah.
And don't smoke at the slightest inconvenience or habitually. Just have more intent behind whatever I'm doing.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, that's just it. Is like I will set those boundaries for myself, and then I'm just like, fuck it. Like, it's like a thing with authority. I'm like,
yeah.
And it's me setting the boundary, and I'm still like, fuck you. You're not going to tell me what to do, but it's me saying that to myself. So
Yeah. I can relate to that heavily.
it's like rebelling against yourself. It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
You don't have your parents to rebel against anymore, so it's like, fuck myself.
Yeah, fuck me.
Fuck me, I'm a stupid pussy.
Fuck myself, you fucking pussy. Well, that was the whole thing with alcohol. Like, I knew it was bad. I knew I shouldn't have been doing it. And I, like, any boundary I tried to set with alcohol, I was just like, fuck. Like, it was just. And then people will be like, no. People are always like, dude, I really think you could have, like, a beer, like, and be fine. And I'm like, dude, no.
I used to be that way. I used to be that ignorant person. And I can have just a beer. I'm not a big drinker, but.
You're like one of the only cousins who can have like one beer and be like, okay, I'm good.
I didn't get the alcoholic gene, but I totally got the everything else because I have a heavy addictive personality. Just not alcohol for me. I have so much alcohol in my house, but I'm like, I just want to throw it away. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm cheap, so I'm like, I'll drink it so it doesn't go to waste. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but weed, whenever I was like quitting weed and I would go over, you know, my brothers and we would be, you know, people would be smoking, be like, I'm good, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, just take like one. Hey, you don't have to fucking face the whole thing. Because I'm classic for like rolling a fucking something and facing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not good. But I can't just, I'm good, thank you.
Right.
I can't just, because honestly, part of it is because it's like, that doesn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I just want to smoke more.
Right.
The second the initial high from smoking comes down from like a 10 to like an 8, I'm like,
time to smoke.
That's better.
Right. That's why like hang out with like I don't know, there's just certain people that we know who are always smoking and they grow weed and it's around the clock and it's just like it's totally I don't know, when you're hanging around people who are like that, like it's just there's no hope for you.
No, yeah. That's so true. It's like a lot of like your environment is so like influential on your decisions for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Like honestly, If I were hanging around like my old college friend group, which a lot of them like smoke heavy now, like we were all so like lame in college. Not that smoking makes you not lame, but we were like, people who smoke are bad. Literally, that's like who we were.
Oh, okay.
And or like they're beneath us because they smoke. They can't get a natural high on life. Like they can't appreciate life.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't that corny, but like pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were hanging around people like that again, who didn't smoke and were very goal driven and were like, just like, yeah, hey, want to go to the rec and yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, we'll play. Want to play Smash afterwards? Like just purely sober. I don't think I would smoke as much because I would feel like a loser.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fucking you smoke, Jake smokes, my brother smokes, our whole family smokes, all my friends smoke, my fucking parents are ex-hippies, fucking all of our aunts and uncles smoke heavy. I'm like, it's so normalized. Like
all of our aunts and uncles are smoking way more now. That like
now that pens came out,
yeah,
they love pens.
They're like, hey man, you want to hit this pen?
I'm like, no, I'm not 50.
No one wants to smoke your pen, dude. Okay.
I don't want to taste lemonade. I want to taste weed. I have a dick and balls. Did you know that? You didn't. That's fine. But
come on, man. It's blueberry, man.
I don't want to hit blueberry flavor vape.
Yeah,
that gets me high. It's weird.
Good. Yeah, I'm
super good on that.
It's weird because it is a fruit flavored thing, and also you're my fucking uncle.
I like. It depends on what uncle.
Yeah,
for sure. You know.
Fun uncle.
Funkle. Funny uncle is my one of my RuneScape names.
How many RuneScape accounts do you have?
Probably like 12.
Wow.
I only frequent 2 of them, and like 3 of them are banned forever because they got hacked.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I tried to appeal it because RuneScape actually followed me on Twitter. Like fucking RuneScape.
Really?
They followed like 800 people, and I was one of them.
That's awesome.
Someone who
still
worked the original RuneScape. Yeah.
Wow.
Not old school, but the original RuneScape, like verified and everything. They followed like a couple hundred people, and I was one. I never anything. They just someone worked there.
What if they send you merch?
This was years ago, but I DM'd them and they got my account unbanned, and I tried.
Wow.
That, which is like
that's pretty cool.
Preferential treatment.
Yeah,
very
that's
lucky.
Awesome.
I tried it again and left on red.
Yeah.
I was like,
whatever.
They're probably like, this guy's cheating. He's like, we unbanned a cheater.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't know how I got banned.
What's funny about RuneScape is now my TikTok shows me, because we were talking about this last night. I have spent so much time with you and Jake talking about RuneScape, or just in proximity of you guys talking about RuneScape, that now my For You page, I have RuneScape videos popping up on my For
I
You
love
page.
that you asked me who Armadillo was.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's a real thing. God Wars Dungeon.
I got some Armadillo, like, you're going to need X, Y, and Z to beat this. But like, I still have no idea how the game works, but
point and click.
I just thought that was funny.
Point and click game, dude. Flash game. Not really. Java game. Is it Java? I don't know.
RuneLite.
Good client.
See, I know some stuff.
Shout out to the person who hooked me up with 150 mil on old school RuneScape. You are never getting that back.
What happened?
They DM'd me.
Like a fan?
Not a fan, but like probably like a fan of yours. Because I didn't recognize. I'm pretty perceptive. Like if you interact with me over the years, like I'll recognize you.
Yeah.
Like your shit. Like your icon. My friend started talking to a girl one time. I was like, shit, she interacts with all my shit like crazy. But anyway.
Groupies.
Yeah. Fucking the RuneScape thing. I was like, well, he was like, don't worry about it, man. I was like, if you ever get back into the game, just message me. I'll give all of your shit back. That can't happen anymore. It's in like 40 different places. Like E-Man has some, fucking Jake has some, I have some. I'm like, it's not happening, bro.
If anyone wants to try to hack my account, the name is Spurwin Miles.
Honestly, that would be a funny challenge.
Hack Spurwin Miles.
Hack Spurwin Miles challenge and DM proof.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's a good way to start.
Dude, how was your New Year's?
My New Year's was great. We were going to go over to your house, but then I was like, you know what? I haven't seen Chelsea in a while, so it's just going to be Babe and Babette tonight. So
Babette. Like you're Babette and she's Babe.
Yeah. We kind of just hung out, watched TV, and it was nice. It was very like compared to the New Year's that I have had of just like drinking excessively and being sad and alone. Like every New Year's I think I've had besides this one, and like ones as a kid where you're just like
at a party.
This is fun, and we're gonna bang on pots and pans when the fucking ball drops. It's always been me getting way too drunk and then being alone and sad.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I've never been drunk and sad.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
That you're lucky.
I mean, maybe I just never. I've been high and sad before. I've definitely like faced something and then been like,
"Fuck,
what am I doing, man?" You know what I mean?
That's the worst when you smoke and you're just like,
or you're like,
"Fuck."
You're picking crumb and you're like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I had a vivid memory of smoking when I first moved to LA, and I listened to this YG song about he's talking to his mom, and the song it's like the song's called Sorry Mama, and he's like talking about all this shit. And I listened to that, and I was high as fuck, and I just started crying my ass off. But yeah, weed can definitely pull at your heartstrings for sure.
For sure. Alcohol like makes me angry. Like whenever I'm drunk, I get like angry. I'm like, why the fuck am I drunk? Why the fuck do I feel like this?
Yeah.
Fuck. Just make myself throw up.
Yeah.
Drink a bunch of water. That's why I don't like alcohol. I'm like, God, how do you guys? I like 2-3 beers over the course of a night. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
see, that's I commend you for that because
I commend people who are like, I'll just puff the joint once or twice. I'm good. I'm like,
how?
Lucky
Literally.
you. I need a joint to myself. I can't tell you how many times I've rolled a big blunt for all of us downstairs. Everyone smokes it and is like ripped, and I'm like packing the bowl.
Yeah.
I'm not even high.
You are very you're always like the first one to re-up on the stone.
Yeah.
Which is totally fucking awesome, to be honest. I remember the last time I did that was actually at the cabin. When everyone was sleeping, I rolled myself. I took just enough weed from everyone's stash so that
we had
like
so much weed there,
unrecognizable. Rolled myself like a personal backwood and just went out on the lake in the kayak and like saw the sunrise. It was really fucking awesome. But even that, I was like,
yeah.
Do you still get like the scaries?
No.
Yeah, I even like a smoker, like veteran, smoked for years.
I get that on shrooms.
I get this fucking scary still.
I get the shroomy scaries. Like, remember Cabin Trip?
Yeah.
That was kind of like
anxious, but it's crawling out of your skin.
You know, if you're a diehard viewer of this, you would put the correlation together that I kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like that. I like that anxious, like, I'm not in control.
Gives you like an edge.
It's kind of like you're fighting, like, I always feel in control, and I'm such a control freak that, like, when something is fighting me for control, it's kind of like fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, I feel alive. I'm not in control for once. Damn.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
When I took that tolerance break at the beginning of tolerance break, calling me my legitimate attempt to quit smoking weed a tolerance break, I took one hit of like a joint, and I was so fucking scared.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing what like even one day can do to your tolerance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I maybe not a day for me, but like if I'm like out of weed and I'm like, that's good. I won't re-up for like a couple days. First time back is like, whoa.
Yeah.
The one time I quit cold turkey for like 5 months, I found a little nug in the basement. It was Christmas. Like, wasn't being drug tested at work, nothing. I was like,
fuck it.
Yeah. I didn't even smoke the whole thing. I was like on the floor in the garage for like 2 hours, like watching TikToks because I was like, I can't like even get up. Yeah. You think you're having a heart attack.
It's fucking scary.
Dan and I talk about that a lot. Like when you smoke and think you're having a heart attack.
How much do you think it is psychosomatic, and how much do you really think your heart is just racing,
straining and hurting? I don't know. If there was more there was more of a correlation between smoking weed only and long-term health or heart problems, I'd be a bit more paranoid. There probably is. Maybe it's like under-researched, but I don't know. For anyone who thinks weed, by the way, for anyone who thinks weed is not carcinogenic, you're very wrong. Yeah. You know, like look it up. Just look it up.
It definitely is. I think it has I don't know how much tar it has in it, but I think It's bad. It's definitely not like safer alternative.
No.
Smoking anything is like really not healthy at all.
No, yeah. I hate when people are like, "What's your source? Prove it." I'm like, "You prove it. Fucking look it up."
Yeah.
You look it up and find out for yourself that you were wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not going to prove you wrong. I don't owe you that.
What's your source?
You know? You go prove your own fucking stupid self wrong.
Yeah.
Moron. You know?
That's fucking funny.
I don't know. But like, yeah, weed is not good.
Weed is not good.
And vaping, it isn't good. It's probably worse.
Yeah.
Probably a lot worse.
Vaping, I hate, or not hate, but it's so sobering to see those TikToks of people who are like, it's like a slideshow of like this ripped, like, you know, younger, like 20-something-year-old dude, like ripped in college, like everything's going good for them. And then they're on like a ventilator and it just says like, don't vape.
Yeah. Vaping is like,
and all the comments are like, wow, watching this while hitting my elf bar or something.
I'm so glad I don't vape, and I have never wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, like, even like, you know, we go over my brother's house and like a lot of our friends that go there have pens and only pens. I'm like, I don't really want to hit it.
Yeah.
You know, like I will, but I don't want to.
I'm going to hit it.
I'm certainly going to hit it.
But I don't want to.
Not without reservations.
But not bad enough to where I'm not going to hit that because give me it right now. I want to get high.
I think if my only option was vaping weed, like a dab cartridge or something, I think I would smoke way less because I don't like, I swear night and day the difference. Like I swear by that. Like weed, pen, like I just feel like doesn't get me high.
It's a different high. It's like very, I don't know. It feels synthetic.
Yeah, I've said this before.
I think because it is.
Someone tweeted like the inventor of weed pens was probably like, what if weed only lasted 10 minutes and gave you a headache afterwards? I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel about it. They suck.
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't know how any 30-year-old plus grown man, beard, balls, dick is like with a blueberry cloud.
It's blueberry. I can trace my weed addiction because I was like a very casual smoker. Even when I moved to LA, like I wasn't smoking every day. Like there was like a very like, you know, like I would smoke at night or like even when I was making music, like I never put like, oh, this is going to make me more creative. But I remember the day I smoked a backwood for the first time. That is when weed
went downhill.
Just changed for me. Like that high was so intense and fucking scary, but like I couldn't feel my legs. But there was something really cool about it. And I think I've just been chasing that specific high for this past 7 years. And don't get me wrong, like backwoods still hit like super hard and they just fucking like that is just like, but yeah, I mean, Jesus, that much tobacco and that much weed unfiltered, like smoking that shit is awesome.
I did that for the first time too, remember? But it was this year or no, it was last year. Jeez.
Weed timeline.
There's
normal time, then there's weed time.
I think that's funny. Sewed up a bunch of weed in a Dutch Master, so not even as abrasive as a backwood. Faced the whole thing, like threw up. I mean, it was great, but I was like, afterwards, just the tobacco buzz was so overwhelming because I don't smoke a lot of tobacco. I mean, I'll smoke a cigarette every now and again, like literally a couple of times a year.
So like when your high is like coming down, you smoke a cig and it's like boop.
Yeah.
And then it comes back down again.
But like I've never bought my own cigarettes for myself ever, you know, like a pack, you know. There's a guy in the bathroom at Tequila who will sell you squares for like $1.
Really?
Yeah.
A Tequila Cowboy?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's nice.
Can you smoke them in Tequila Cowboy?
Out back, outside. Yeah, but still. But yeah, the tobacco with the weed is good. Very good.
Tobacco with weed is like peanut butter with jelly.
A little bit of lard.
And a little bit of lard.
I wanted to spend more time on New Year's Eve, like talking about it, but I didn't, like, there's no.
Your power went out.
That's like, some drunk guy ran into a pole. A whole street's
Oh,
power
really?
was out. Yeah. The whole street's power was out, and that was it.
Was there a high and low of the party?
The power going out was like the high, honestly. Because,
really?
yeah, we have like 80 candles from like Anthro, TJ
That's
Maxx.
cool.
So it looked like Hogwarts.
That's awesome.
It was sick. And our friends came up who are like, you know, their parents do theater. Like they own a theater and like put on plays, and they were theater majors or art majors, all of them. So they came over and they were like, ooh, they were like so excited.
They were like, it's time.
They were so excited about it. So it was cool.
Showcase time.
We were like, fuck, like I was like kind of stressing with my host hat on. I was like, the fucking everyone just got here and the power's out. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know? But then I was like, oh, but wait a minute. Who would be just about the only people who would be stoked on this?
Yeah.
And it was them.
Yeah.
Like I came outside, I was like, the power's out if you want to go home. Like all like
yeah.
But you know, not actually.
They were like,
They're like, oh.
I think an owl just landed.
Yeah, yeah.
Time for me to showcase my new Hogwarts character, Scoobius Bagrid.
Rubius Hagrid.
Scoobius Bagrid.
Like literally.
Just a total ripoff.
That's funny. Yeah. So New Year's was kind of like, it was fun, but Dan came here to record hockey content and like we didn't do any of it.
None.
It's so hard. Like we were just like, we kind of had a moment where we were like, we're 30 and doing this without any film camera. We're just no lapel mic. We would just be people going up to other people at a game that they spent money on, a lot of money.
Yeah.
And annoying them. That would be the only thing we're doing.
Like not totally unusable footage.
Totally would just be unusable footage. I say that though, and I was recording just a little bit, like us getting drinks at the bar at the game, and these people were like accidentally in my shot, and they were like,
"That's cool,"
like so happy about it, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" But
I think we think that people are like not as pumped as they actually are to be a part of some, even like a little production.
Well, if you had like your camera and I was there like in a sports blazer with a microphone and a little Penguins t-shirt on under the blazer, and I was like, we're here with, and we're going to be okay. And like people would be stoked on that because they see microphone, camera, they love it.
Yeah.
If I'm like with my phone, no camera, I'm like it's kind of like,
yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah. You're like, is this for Facebook? Is this for this guy's Facebook?
Right. Yeah. I'm just like, I told Dan, I was like, there has to be a way. We're adults now. We shouldn't be winging this. We're adults now. We've been adults for like decades.
Yeah.
So old. But I was like, dude, you know what we shouldn't have done? We shouldn't have paid to get into that game. We should have established some sort of official credentials for our brand and got a media pass. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck did we not do that? We could have done it. We could have put 2 weeks worth of research in, have connections that work for the Pens. It could have made it happen.
Yeah.
Just didn't. Just because it's like...
How was the game, by the way?
We lost 3-2, Devils, but Devils are my number 2 team. Jack Hughes had 2 goals. He's my favorite player, so I was not disappointed with the outcome at all. I'm a hockey fan first and a Penguins fan second.
I love your new Twitter.
What is it again?
It's like the smartest hockey fan.
Oh, the genius about hockey. Yeah. I love that because it's so like, that's not smart wording. It's kind of the joke.
I know.
Because I was the hockey genius for a while on Instagram, but...
The genius about hockey. That's so fucking funny.
And no one cares. I tweet shit about the NHL and lose like 800 followers. I'm like, I'm not making money off of any of you. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Do what you love.
Yeah. Well, that was funny. Dan and I were like, do we love doing this?
You don't even love it?
We were like, I don't know. We were like, who is this for, man? What are we doing? You know?
It's a passion project.
It's a total passion project, and we love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Those are the things that get you through the day of being depressed.
Pretty much. There's also the things that can make you depressed, though.
True.
Because it was kind of like, fuck, we didn't.
You put too much emphasis on it.
Yeah, but we're both like aware people, thankfully, and we were like, dude, we're probably not doing anything, are we? This trip, cool, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't, not all was lost because we were like, okay, if we're going to try that again, now we know what we need to do. Mm-hmm. Now we know the scope of the work that has to go into making what we were trying to do happen.
Yeah.
You know? But.
Take it seriously to a degree. And the rest shall follow.
I think take it very seriously because the competition is. So if you're not, you're losing.
Right, that's right.
You know?
If you don't, someone else will.
If you don't, someone else already is.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I don't know.
Look at Elon Musk.
Owns Twitter. Blue check mark.
Blue check. Logan Paul.
Crypto Zoo.
Dude,
MetaZoo is Crypto Zoo of cards.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Me and my girlfriend were talking about that, and we were like, why? People are like, oh my God, Logan Paul like did something, like, why are you holding him to this standard that he's like, it just fucking kills me.
He's a YouTuber. He has no morals.
Like everyone's always surprised when he does something fucking shitty.
Also, it's like, no offense, I'm not being elitist in this at all. Logan Paul is like 27 with no education. What the fuck does he know about anything?
Right.
Why are you expecting anything of him?
Right. Just let the dude be a YouTuber, bought the most expensive Pokemon card.
He's a popular, blonde, muscly dude. Mm-hmm. Let's expect that level of anything from
That's
him.
why I like Jake Paul better, because I'm like, at least Jake's fucking like not trying to be someone he's not. Like,
exactly.
He's just like, I'm a boxer.
Supreme Giga Chad douchebag and doesn't care.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's cool. Logan's like trying to be like for the kids and then also like
get ripping them off.
Yeah.
Ripping everyone off. Mm-hmm. It's funny as hell.
It's funny to rip off adults. It's not funny to rip off kids.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, kids are the ones who spend the money.
Yeah. Their parents' money.
Yeah.
Ipso facto, Minecraft. You guys can timestamp that.
Minecraft.
Yeah. Shit gets real on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Do we want to address any of... We're not vlogging. This is a longer episode. We're being receptive to the comments.
Yeah, we definitely read all the comments with...
We read them all, by the way.
Yeah,
there's
we read them
like,
all.
We're not at the point where we don't read
all the bad ones. We take it super personally and get upset.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm totally like, it comes with the gig.
I'm kind of like, see, when I smoke, I get really in my head about comments, but when I don't smoke, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so fucking and just me back to like just like torturing myself. But yeah, I mean, we might include a little bit of footage. Oh, I want to include that video of Jake doing that thing that I didn't include last week, which is fucking hilarious. But yeah, I think I still want to do the vlogs. I still want it to be a vlog. We're just kind of like figuring out. We're fleshing out the...
We don't know what the fuck you guys want.
Yeah.
What do you want from us?
What do you guys want from us? A little bit of vlog, a little bit... Like, do you want a longer podcast, a little bit of vlog, or a longer vlog?
And this isn't us taking shots in the dark. We want to make something. We just want to make something you guys want to watch.
Yeah,
That's it.
We really appreciate that. We do have loyal listeners, and
hell yeah.
we really appreciate that. And... I don't know. I just want to make sure that we are giving our fans like a good product.
Literally, that's it.
It's apparent that the fans love the long form podcast, so that's gonna stay.
Yeah.
As far as the vlog goes, we still need to flesh out what we want,
and I haven't seen a whole lot of
to be included in that aspect.
I haven't seen a whole lot of like. Not that it's like, oh, everyone hates the vlogs, but the only comments I've really seen or that stick out in memory were like, why are the podcasts so short? Make them longer. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's obvious that you guys like the podcast, which I honestly love the pod. I like talking to you.
It's easier too.
Yeah.
You know, I like doing it.
It's fun.
Easy.
Shooting the shit, talk about weed.
Yep.
Talk about
pussy.
MetaZoo. I keep thinking about putting all those MetaZoo cards on eBay, and then I'm like, dude, I'm gonna wait like 40 years and just see what happens. They are all worthless.
I'm at the point with Pokemon cards specifically.
You just want to sell your whole thing?
No, I just am fearing that the value will never, ever, ever, even in the bear market that it is now, and people not really buying cards and card prices crashing around the board, I still think cards will never be more valuable than they are right now. I think it's only going to go down. Like it can only go down from here, in my opinion, because that big Logan Paul boom where everyone was buying them and Gary V boom and all that shit, that was our generation showing that we have money for the first time, and now that huge other influencers think they're cool, we'll spend some money on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And buy them all up. Well, now all that money is gone from the community because people like you or me to some extent or other people, they spent thousands of dollars on cards that were nostalgic to them. Now they don't care, so they're dumping them in heaps.
Yeah.
And also, no one really knew, outside of card collecting and avid collectors, no one really knew about PSA.
Yeah.
And then PSA had to shut down because, like, momentarily, because they had too many. There's so much graded volume of even vintage cards now that I just don't see the supply and demand ever going back up.
Yeah.
I hope the fuck I'm wrong about that, because, like, dude, could have got so much money for my collection like a year ago, and at this point I'm like,
yeah,
if I chucked everything, would someone give me $1,500? I hope.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yes, but that's a horrible evaluation of what I've accumulated.
Yeah,
which sucks.
I definitely lost a ton of money in the card game.
Yes, I mean, me too. If you equate all of my purchases on modern packs to what I have received from them, I'm probably like 1,200 in, 200 back. Literally. You know my card luck. I've never pulled anything good in front of you.
Yeah.
In your first booster box, you pulled everything.
Two Charizards.
You came up value. You spent like $200 on that booster box and pulled like $800 in value from it. I was like, I have never, ever pulled a card. All of my cards I've pulled don't equate that one Charizard.
That was crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because I found a 5-leaf clover when I was a kid.
Yeah. Did you actually?
Luck for life, yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I swear to God. They say crazy. A 4-leaf clover is really lucky, but a 5-leaf clover is like really fucking lucky, yeah. I found one when I was a kid. And looking back, I thought that I was like, I want the 4-leaf clover. Like, this doesn't matter. But then I looked up, like, Irish folklore says the 5-leaf clover is actually like it's like.
Never even heard of that.
I know. But I have that to thank for my being verified on Twitter. But yeah, cards are.
To anyone we got into cards, we full-heartedly apologize.
Yeah, we're sorry. We hope you didn't spend too much on cards.
No, really, like, I still like cards, but I'm like, I'm not gonna buy them if no one agrees they have value.
Love cards, but I all the money I could have spent, all the money I spent on cards, I wish I would have just looked up a picture on Google and that was it.
Yeah, I don't get anything from having them.
Nothing. Literally nothing. All the feelings I thought I was going to have buying those nostalgic vintage cards, once you hold it in your hand, you're like, what the fuck did I buy this stupid ass piece of shit for?
Whenever I have it in my hand, I'm kind of like, why are you clinging onto the past so hard?
That's true too.
Like, let go.
Yeah.
You liked Pokemon. Let go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Even playing Sapphire, I got like the Delta emulator, which I finally figured it out. And I played the game and I was like, the magic is like so gone.
All my friends, like, any of them listening, Alex, fucking Zach, anybody who's texted me specifically about this, I have no interest in ever playing a new Pokemon game. I'm never going to buy Legends Arceus. I'm never going to buy Violet and whatever, because I don't like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I liked it. That's what I've been figuring out is I liked it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because like Pogo is even at the point, like I was an avid Pokemon Go player because I'm always outside and I like Pokemon. Once they got past like Gen 5, which is where I tapped out back in the day, I stopped having fun on Pokemon Go, and I realized it was because I don't have any nostalgic comfort attached to any of these Pokemon. Mm-hmm. So I just see them on the screen and don't care, instead of like, oh, Squirtle, Blastoise.
Yeah.
Nice. You know what I mean? But like, I get like Buzzwole. There's a Buzzwole raid starting soon, trainers. I'm like, why am I...
That's not a thing, yeah.
Why am I doing this? I'm not even having fun.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We've talked about all the new Pokemon and how bad they're like. It's just Genesect.
Dude, I've even said to Danya, I was like, because I don't want to out you, but I'm broke, by the way, and always have been.
I'm broke too.
We are broke.
We're broke.
We're broke. So like I've brought this up to Danya, by the way. I was like, Nick has been asking questions about selling his cards and whatever. I'm like, should we just combine our collections and chuck it and split it down the middle?
That's hilarious.
Should we just do that? I mean, we might get like $5,000 for everything.
Go to the card store.
Maybe.
I think that's like wishful thinking, seriously.
I'm saying maybe. Well, I have a couple cards where their market value still is $400 or $500. Mm-hmm. I probably have like 6 cards like that. But if you're selling in bulk, I mean, expect to get like $125 for that card.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Definitely.
So it's like, yeah, you could have $2,500 in cards, but someone might only give you $700 for it because they have to sell it and hold it and make money on it, and it sits, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Jesus.
I don't know. If I thought that the cards would return to form, I would hold on to them. But I'm kind of like,
you can't see it.
I don't see it. Like, when I like that Houndoom card I have, it's like retail like $350 right now. It was like $500 recently, back to $350. It fluctuates a lot. 6 years from now, do I have a vision of someone handing me $1,000 for that card? No, I just don't see that at all. So I'm like, bad.
Hawk it.
Yeah.
Hawk the thing.
Yeah.
I definitely made some really bad purchases.
Here's what I think. Here's my final take on cards. If you want to collect cards for nostalgia, buy unlimited cards.
Or steal them.
Or steal them in any condition and just put them in a binder and fucking forget about it. And when you want the nostalgia, flip through it. Because that PSA 6 and PSA 9 to the average person is indiscernible. You cannot tell the difference, and the value might be thousands of dollars apart.
Yeah.
So it's just stupid.
My God. Wish I had a time machine. Wish I had a fucking time machine.
It was fun while it lasted.
It was. But I wish I had all that money back.
Yeah.
All those Burning Shadows Charizards that I got they were like $800. Where is the value?
They're like NFTs.
Gone.
They're like NFTs. Literally.
Yeah. Everybody who invested in NFTs is now like,
or crypto.
I'm
kind of relishing in all the crypto and NFT snobs and like them losing a ton of money. I'm like, yeah, you guys are so smart.
Yeah.
You guys were smarter than us all the whole time.
Yeah.
The people who bought early and sold during the boom and made a ton of money on crypto, you are smart.
Hats off to you.
To anyone who's still holding on to their crypto that's worth nothing and is in a random coin and you're still holding out on maybe.
My Shiba Inu, dude.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's so over.
It's like, go to trade school, become a welder, do something that actually fucking matters.
Go to trade school. Make your parents happy.
I've thought about becoming a welder.
You don't want to do that.
I thought about like, what is a real useful skill that could enrich my family members' lives? I was like, plumber, welder.
Plumbing is easy these days. Lots of people hate plumbing because back in the day it was all like black pipe, like all like metal, fucking your sparks, cut the main, all that shit. You still have to do that. Like, you still have to turn the main off, obviously, but like it's all PEX pipe. It's all plastic.
Yeah.
And you used to be like, okay, I need a right here and I need a straight here and then I need an elbow here. It's PEX pipe. It bends. It's like these tubes it's the future. You know what I mean? Red is hot, blue is cold. You take the blue and hook it up to the blue. You take the red and hook up to the red and you bend it into position because it's pliable. It's super easy.
That's badass.
But still, no one wants to do it anymore. I don't know why. You can make $68 an hour.
Yeah.
That said, I am not a plumber.
I definitely thought about it. I thought about getting my CDL and becoming like a driver.
Don't do that.
I don't know. I'm just like, you know what? I went to Hollywood. I saw what Hollywood had to offer. And I'm like, I just want to be Nick, the normal dude.
I think there's a reality where you are Nick, the normal dude, and don't also have to adhere to Hollywood stipulations and do make a living from doing whatever it is that you want. Comedy, music, whatever. You know what I mean?
That's true. I think the majority of people can't see that you can have what you want in the exact way you want it, so that they just throw in the towel. But You definitely can have exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's like you can definitely work a job that pays pretty well for 2 or 3 years and then
fucking bail.
Career hop, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of people who do that in the oil field who go out and just be like a laborer, make like $110K a year for 8 years, put $500K away, and I don't know.
Do we have any oil fields in PA?
Marcellus Shale, remember that?
Yeah.
When Marcellus Shale was back in here and doing all the shale drilling or fracking. I don't know. Not anymore so much. Like, I know that Andy, my friend, works in petroleum. He's a petroleum engineer. Works in petroleum. He's a petroleum engineer. Let's give him the credit. He's smart. And he is always living in North Dakota, Texas, fucking like, which move to Texas. Whatever you're paying here for this, it will be cheaper there by a lot. And you'll be making a ton of money.
Texas is cool. I've been there.
Here's the caveat. You fucking live in Texas.
Right.
If you said, I will give you $100,000 cash, the caveat is you have to move to Texas and live there for 3 years, I would say no.
No. Why?
No, I don't want to live in Texas.
Open carry? Too many guns?
It's literally, no offense to anyone from Texas, it is like the most cringe state I could possibly think of. It's so cringe.
Why?
Just the mantra of like, just like Texas syndrome. And
yeah.
I'm like, you're so lame. Like everyone in Texas has Texas syndrome.
Part of me likes that though, because it's like, it's so different than what we grew up. Like when me and Ben were driving back from LA, like he helped me move home and we stopped in Texas. I sent out a message on my Instagram. I was like, hey, if anyone's in this part of Texas, like take us out, like show us a fucking night on the town. So these people took us out and we went square dancing at like this Texas fucking rodeo bar thing. And everyone knew every dance to the fucking, every song, there was only trucks in the parking lot. There were no cars.
That's a huge L for me.
Yeah. But part of me thought it was kind of cool.
It is cool. Like I appreciate it, but I don't want any part of it. Like I went to West Virginia, WVU.
That's enough country for you.
And like all of like the WVU first down. Oh, never did that. Never did any of that. Yeah. Just like, not like I'm too good for it, just because I'm like, that's so lame.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so lame.
I definitely was like that, but I think getting older, I'm like, you know what? I could humor this.
My thing is this. Why is it that Texas is always boasting about how it's a great place to live and it's so great and all these other things, yet you never hear that about Connecticut, Vermont, upstate New York? Nice areas sell themselves. Right. It's because people want to live there.
Right. That's that's funny. You know that's what I mean? True.
You never see a commercial that's like, move to Malibu, check it out, could be cool. Yeah. It's like, no, because it is dope.
They don't want you to know that it's cool.
Everyone wants to live there. Yeah. No one wants to live in Texas. Yeah. Like straight up.
The hill country in Texas is beautiful, like by Austin. There are definitely beautiful parts of Texas, but yeah, I agree.
Austin does not play by the same Texas rules. Like if you're selling people on moving to Texas because of X, Y, and Z, I don't think you'll get that in Austin.
Austin's pretty cool.
Isn't it the biggest city in Texas?
I think Houston might be, or Dallas.
Houston, Austin.
I like Houston. I like Dallas too.
Dallas is also, or Dallas. Texas is just way too big.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Fucking huge.
I'm like, you live in a country by yourself.
Yeah.
Also, maybe
good food.
Maybe this is like very telling of the person I am, but like the shape of Texas also matters. Like the shape of the state. I hate it. I hate it, man.
It's a weird like
Colorado too. It's just a square. I'm like, boo.
Yeah, not unique.
California is nice and like long and I don't know.
L-shaped.
Florida is good.
Panhandle.
I don't know. West Virginia is a nice shape.
Yeah.
I don't know.
PA is boring.
I hate PA shape, honestly. Just the Keystone State, I've always been like, ugh.
What even is a keystone?
Next. Pass. Passing on that.
I think Ben wants a keystone tattoo. I was like,
does it look
you should pick a different tattoo.
Yeah.
That's not a cool tattoo.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any tattoo regret?
Yeah, I definitely look at my tattoos sometimes. Like,
which ones are you like?
All of them.
Really?
When I'm alone and I'm like looking at my tattoos, I'm like, really? This is what we landed on, dude?
I like it. I think it makes a bunch of sense for you. If I had a bunch of tattoos, it'd be like,
I'm glad that I can at least cover them up and I wasn't like fucking Lil Xan or something who got a bunch of shit all over my face.
I don't really feel bad for them.
Or
though.
neck tattoos. No, I don't feel bad for them, but I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't do that.
I am so like...
Or like a huge sleeve and my fucking whole arm is like black now. Or
dude, secret's out. I'm done pretending. I'm so traditional. Like, if you're like head to toe in tattoos and you're 50, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, look at Travis Barker. Great example. I know he's a legend. He's a musical legend. Whatever. His tattoos are justified. You look like a weirdo.
Like if he worked at Walgreens or something.
Right. If he wasn't a superstar, it would be like, oh, dude, fuck. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in that. But like,
it definitely has a stigma.
It's not even like, I don't think anything differently of you if you have tattoos. I really don't. I just personally don't want them.
Yeah.
I wish I could have a full sleeve and tons of tattoos until I was 32 and then wipe it all off.
They go away.
Yeah. Or even now, I'd probably be over them by now.
Yeah. It
would be dope from like 17 to 21 though.
I'm glad I stopped where I did because, I mean, the tattoos that I have are like not cool.
I meant my tattoo opinion is specifically about like very visible neck, face, etc.
Yeah.
Like Danya has a tattoo. So many people have tattoos that I know. You know, I've been very close to getting tattoos.
If you have a face tattoo and you haven't killed someone in prison, you are a fuckhead.
Yes, that's what it is. It's like, it's so corny. I'm like, why do you have a tattoo on your head?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
If you aren't an actual murderer or a rock star or superstar rapper, you're a fuckhead.
It's like wearing a suit because you just want to wear a suit.
Right.
It's kind of like you're not going to job or meeting, business, conference, convention. You're just wearing that.
Or being the kid. There was a kid in my high school who always, he literally every day wore a fedora and a leather jacket, and he played the trumpet. I was like, you're going to have a hard 20s.
You're really going to have a hard time.
You're going to have a good old guy life, but right now is definitely going to be not easy for you.
And your old guy life is going to suck because you're really going to mourn the
younger trumpet playing fedora.
You're really going to mourn your youth and how you squandered it wearing that fedora and jacket, you loser.
He literally wore a leather jacket.
Just punching down for no reason.
Well, the thing is, he was a really smart kid. He was like really, really bright. Like,
I'm reading between the lines. I know exactly what he is.
It's like, but there were actually a lot of kids who wore leather jackets to school. And there's a weird correlation. There's a weird correlation between wearing a leather jacket to school and also having a wheelie backpack.
Yes. And
playing the trumpet, playing some sort of brass instrument in the band. Yeah.
Being in band.
Yeah.
Being in band is like good luck later in life.
I played drums in band till 8th grade.
And then you quit because it was cringe?
Yeah.
I remember you were like in drumline and you were showing us this kid in your high school who had committed to Blue Devils or something, like Blue Devils drumline or something, like Duke's drumline or whatever.
There were definitely some really talented kids in drumline, but I couldn't read music.
You just like, why would you?
I went to the audition and they were like, they put the sheet music in front of me and I couldn't do it. And then the dude, he was like, just do it like this, blah, blah, blah. And I recreated because I can play by ear really well.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But they were like, yeah, that's not going to work. I was like, all right. Back to the library making beats on GarageBand. Hey, yo.
I have to shout out to Mr. Casper, you bald pedophile. You were the man for not letting me play the saxophone. I was going to be in band. I wanted to play the saxophone. And he said, you have like trumpet lips though. And he's right. But you don't say that to a 9-year-old.
Yeah, that's weird.
But also like.
You have soft trumpet lips.
I get it. I have big lips and it's good for playing the trumpet. I know what he's saying. Trumpet, trombone. Like, he's right for that. I'm 9 and want to play the saxophone. Just let me play it.
Yeah.
You don't tell someone going out for soccer, you've got great height for basketball.
Yeah.
He wants to play soccer.
Right. Well, similar story happened to me. I wanted to play drums, and I remember middle school band teacher coming to, this was in elementary school, and they were like trying to figure out like what kids wanted to play what.
Mm-hmm. That's when mine was.
And I was like, I want to play drums. And he said the same thing. He was like, nah, this is a trombone player right here.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. So I went home and I told my parents, I was like, I want to play the trombone. They were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah.
They were like, how much does that cost? No. Yeah.
Here is a pillow and some sticks. Go play the drums. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Banned. Also, Mr. Casper isn't a pedophile, but he is bald.
I also wanted to be in...
Not fair to me to throw that horrible accusation on him.
I wanted to be in orchestra. I wanted to play like the violin or the cello.
So expensive.
And I went to like one meeting and I took a look around and I saw all the kids that were in there and I was like, I'm out.
I've done that a couple of times with like hobbies.
Yeah.
I showed up for like, okay, so no offense to, none of my college buddies are watching this, so this is great. When we were in college, like we got into rock climbing a little bit and like bouldering, if you know what that is, and top roping and all the shit, all the bells and whistles. Like my friends had crash pads and shoes and chalk bags and everything. You will meet the lamest people on the fucking planet rock climbing or doing anything that involves going to REI to get equipment for it. Literally.
That's fucking funny as hell.
You know what I mean?
That's true. The crustiest, whitest granola.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh, I'm glad you're back at the wall.
Yeah.
Get up here.
We were just in Utah.
Yeah, just mapped out a new route. Try it. Everyone just being like nice and friendly.
Yeah.
You don't want to meet those losers.
Yeah.
Very welcoming, nice people.
I don't know what it is about us, like our DNA, but like you, me, Jake, anything that like anyone else finds enjoyable, like I immediately am just like,
We're like, that's good, buddy.
yeah, I'm cool on that.
Have fun with your...
You can have fun doing that.
Have fun climbing the rocks.
Yeah.
I'm going to go smoke.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. Rock climbing is an L, so don't do it.
Rock climbing. That's hilarious. Anything that you have to go to REI to buy equipment to do, it's like, even camping is like, you guys make it like so bad. Like it should be a fun, I don't know.
I agree. I fully agree.
Yeah.
So I saw a TikTok today.
If you're buying smart wool for anything, you're a fucking douchebag.
That's funny. I was watching this TikTok today. This guy was car camping and he had like this extender for his car that extended his trunk, and then like these cots and these other things that he just had all these bells and whistles. And someone was like, at what point do you just buy a fucking camper?
Yeah.
And I was like,
literally.
Yeah, glamping isn't camping. It's driving a house around and sleeping in it.
Yeah. That's not really roughing it.
No, like it defeats the purpose. Like I want to go and like pitch a tent and throw a sleeping bag in there, build a fire and go to bed.
I want there to be an element of fear involved.
I want to not know if I'm getting home.
Yeah. Like I want to think that maybe a bear is going to fucking tear me apart when I'm asleep.
I want to have at least a couple independent separate times during the camping trip where I'm like, this might be it.
When I would stay up at Casey's, family has like a bunch of land and they have this, they repurposed this school bus.
Okay.
As like you can sleep in it.
Yeah.
And there was one night where I was in the school bus and there was all these fucking crazy ass noises. So I was like, fuck this. I went into my car and slept in the car. But that was like, I don't know. That was tough. And it's like,
yeah.
I feel like part of the whole camping experience is like roughing it. Like you're not supposed to be 100% comfortable.
Yeah. Camping for me, I always view it through the lens of like, I'm going to be so appreciative of like being at home after this. You know what I mean? But like, if you go glamping in AC with a king size bed in your RV,
and you're watching like a Steve-O podcast,
stay at home.
Yeah.
You can just stay at home.
Make some tea, stay at home.
Go for a walk instead.
Yeah.
In the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Take a vacation.
Take a vacay.
And don't bring the 80-foot thing.
And don't TikTok it.
Don't TikTok.
No one needs to know. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with anything like content creation wise like that, because I'm like, God, everything's been done.
There's so much shit. Yeah.
Dan and I were talking about that. I was like, we'll be saying something. We're like, yeah, Connor Bedard is like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, why the fuck am I even saying this, man?
Yeah.
80,000 people have already said this. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Why am I saying it too? Jesus.
That's why we need to come up with something new.
Meta new.
Meta new. I think it's funny to just commentate on, I don't know, everything that's going on.
Yeah. It's fun as hell. People get mad, though, if you insult something they like.
Fuck it.
I did a lot of that this episode. I did a lot of, like, tearing down things that are pretty harmless.
Who gives a shit? That's the other thing. There's, like, so much emphasis on, like, everybody having the same opinion and everyone being like, fuck that. Mm-hmm. I don't feel that way at all.
I knew you were going there.
There's just so much emphasis on like everyone having to be the same and thinking the same shit. Like that's just not realistic.
Yeah.
And it almost it's polarizing and it makes me hate shit even more.
Yeah.
And harder.
Yeah.
But I think Dink and Flicka. Fleece it out. Dink and Flicka going Mach 5.
Dude, they showed Rainn Wilson at a baseball game the other day. You know how they do like celebrity lookalikes? And just pick random people from the crowd. Well, Rainn Wilson was there, and they showed him, and it's like he looks nothing like Dwight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like that's just the actor. But like, if you weren't an avid Office fan, you would have no clue why they showed that random dude.
Yeah, he just looks like a random white dude.
He had like a beard, a baseball cap on, a jersey. I mean, obviously he's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
But everybody else looked like the character, like a lot.
Yeah.
But ironically, the one that was him looked nothing like him.
Oh, there were other people from The Office there?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying the people they picked for like Jim, and then like they showed some guy in the audience who would be like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like...
that's funny.
All those people really looked like the Office characters, but Rainn Wilson looked nothing like Dwight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you guys were going to coordinate that, maybe... Also, the camera angle was terrible. He had to, like, stand up and lean over to get in the shot, too.
That's bad.
It's just funny.
I'm going to lean into what you were saying. You were like, Nick, why don't you ever grow your beard? I'm going to grow my beard out, like, really long.
I love that.
Become, like... I've been rewatching Game of Thrones. Me and Babe started Game of Thrones last night, and I'm like, dude, fucking Robert Baratheon, first of his name right here.
Dude, you're giving me a crazy idea. Would you ever do like a book club or show club?
Yes.
The Nick Colletti show club. All right, we're watching Game of Thrones.
Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones.
Next week, we'll be discussing season 1.
That's
your homework.
The Hound.
You know what I mean? That'd be fun.
Where is the Hound's brother from?
I don't know that. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
The Hound's brother's name is the Mountain. Sandor Clegane.
Clegane. Is that Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I don't know Game of Thrones.
Dude, you would love it. If you like Lord of the Rings, you would love Game of Thrones. It's not the same, but there are many similarities.
Dude, you know those videos that are like, what do you think about Seth Rogen? Oh, he's whatever. And then it's like, they take the camera away and it's Seth Rogen. Mm-hmm. We should be like, what do you think of Gandalf? It's just us dressed up as him.
That's funny.
Just us with a roach.
What do you think of Gandalf? He's all right. And then it just turns over to you smoking.
not dressed as Gandalf.
No. Yeah, see, not at all.
With a couple balls, like just a couple for like CGI overlay. It's like all glitching out. Like you're seeing like my normal figure.
Yeah, like when you're using a filter like on Snapchat and like your normal face like breaks through.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. Oh my God.
Dude, wow. Dude, speaking of the roach thing, I had a roach moment the other day.
Yeah?
I was like out of weed and
Power roach?
I was leaving the basement and I was like unzipped my hockey bag. I was like, no way. I had a memory that when we were out playing hockey, I was like, Jake, do you want the rest of this? And he was like, just throw that in the bag, my guy. And I was like, okay. Put it out of my skate, put it in the Ziploc bag, threw it in my hockey bag, forgot about it. And then was like, oh, no way.
That's like your weed future self, stoner future self, doing yourself a favor.
I do that all the time. I try to. Like, I hide nugs different places, literally. So, like, if I'm down fucked and like looking around, I'm like, oh shit, whoa, no way.
I did that one time with money. Like I hit a $20. I got really fucking hammered and hid $20 like all over my house. And I couldn't find any of it.
Hiding money and losing it. I did that when I was a kid. I don't want to get into theories, but I had like $180 in my wallet and left it somewhere specifically so no one would find it. Gone. Never found it again.
Jake.
Never found it again.
One time I gave Jake $10 to go to B Cubed, and he claims that never happened.
I love that.
So fucking annoying.
I love that.
He's like, you never gave me $10 to go to B Cubed.
That never happened.
Fuck you, dude.
You never said that. That's awesome.
There was no witnesses, like no one to like back me up.
I believe you.
Thank you. Well, shit. I think, yeah.
Hour.
We're out an hour.
All right. No
Post
vlogs.
up on the Men Jane.
No vlog.
No vlog. Maybe a little bit of footage, but we know you guys like the podcast the most. But next week we'll have some vlog shit. Maybe. We'll see. It's gonna be
I love the running gag of
keep them
next
guessing.
week.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
But Nick Colletti Show, episode 4. Latris on the pen crane. Love you guys.
Wait, I'll show you these camera angles I got.
Little dangerous, guys.
Uh-oh.
Watch, it skids though. Like it doesn't flip like you'd think.
It drifts.
It drifts. Alright, Tanya. Cross it in.
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah!
My phone fell?
Fuck it.